I don't know. I don't know when to quit. I'm sorry, guys. So, Jen and I figured out that I had to invite her personally from my personal page. Um, so hopefully it'll work this time. If not, then you're just gonna see my face a lot today. Uh, yeah. So I am on my personal page. I think I invited her, and I'm gonna check that I'm on my personal page. Yes, Jen wants to join me on video. Yes, join me, Jen. I would love for you to do that. Yes, add. Now I have to back it up so my face isn't like.
Oh my God.
Jen,
Hi.
it's great to see your face.
You. Takes me to when we work at the bakery together.
Oh, those were fun times.
They were,
Delicious times.
yes, very. I tell my kids about it all the time. I was like, oh man, and we would make this, and we would make it was. I,
I was looking for a picture that I have this great picture of when you dyed my hair, like way back when.
I
Yeah. Yeah. So that was my fifth element stage.
all went through that.
So I thought it'd be so fun to share, but I couldn't find it. So in the future, if I find it, I'll post it and tag you so that everyone can enjoy it.
Yeah, they all should. We had
Yeah.
great in what was that, 1998?
Something like that.
We're old.
Yeah. Yeah. But it happens.
So I must just be, you know, it is today. That's been my motto for like the last months. I'm just like, it is what it is. We'll figure
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
we finally made it.
It was a little choppy. So, so I have my list of questions for you. I'm going to try to make it not sound like I'm asking you a list of questions. So tell me what you're drinking today, Jen.
Ooh. So this is my favorite, and rooibos.
Oh, rooibos?
Have it.
I've had rooibos, not that particular brand, but I also love it.
Well, this one I bought. My kids bought it for me for Christmas this past year because I have them buy it for me every year. But uh, fair trade and all of that, and it's antioxidant and also has no so, and it's still good.
Okay, that sounds great.
And then local honey.
Um, oh, great. Yeah, because that's supposed to help with allergies, right?
Yeah, and account has been high for months, so just trying to not.
Okay. Okay, good. Your audio sounds a little choppy to me. I don't know if it is choppy or if it just sounds that way.
Let me try and fix something real quick.
Okay. Enjoy some tea.
Let's see. Is it better? Worse?
I think it's better.
Okay. My internet goes in and out because of live, so I turned the internet on. Hopefully it'll stay connected.
Okay. Okay, cool. So tell us, rooibos drinker with raw, natural, local honey added. What do you do for a living?
I have myself. I run my own. We're not certified organic, but it is organically run. I have a tropical plant nursery and it is a flower farm.
Okay, that sounds great. Do you happen to have any samples? I didn't prepare you for that, but
So, but this is the stuff, I have. These are a little old, but
oh, they look great.
you they're about to be replaced, but they're ranunculus and some mint that we grow out there, which was here when we got here, a few years ago. So that's kind of what started me growing flowers because I was like, what am I going to do with all this mint? Like, it lives everywhere. It's everywhere.
Mint does have a tendency to take over and spread everywhere. I mean, if you're going to have a weed, that's not the worst weed to have, but it does take over.
It does. And so one day I went outside and I grabbed mint and my flower and I had other edible flowers. And I kind of just put together and I was like, this is fun. This is what I want to do.
Okay, cool. And does it complement the smell of the flowers that you have?
It does because most cut flowers don't have a or, or they pleasant. Um, most people think of flowers and they're like, oh, they think of roses because roses are heavily scented, peony plants. But majority of flowers don't smell. So putting herbs in really a couple of weeks.
Okay. Okay, great. Um, so how did you get into this? Wait, let me rephrase that so it sounds like I'm not asking a question. How'd you get into this?
Okay, so we're gonna give you the short version. Um, around uh, husband, we lived in San Diego, we lived in Illinois twice, and then we lived in Florida. Well, I started wanting to grow things because we had a large family, and um, we were living in North Chicago, and food was expensive, so we watched hundreds of hours of YouTube videos on how to grow in our. And my husband and I both said at the same, like pretty much the same time, we're like, this is what we want to do. Um, we want to grow so much food and other things that we're giving away, to that point. Because we used to live right off of Lewis Avenue in North Chicago, which was near the military base, and we had so much food. Whenever somebody would get off the bus, it would compliment the garden. I go, "Do you want some?" And I get a bag, fill it up, give it to them on the other side of. So yeah, we decided we wanted to do that. We didn't know what we were doing, but we knew that the next place we moved to, that we were going to buy a large enough property where we could. And
Mm.
what it ended up being because where we're at in Florida right now is the Florida. So we have a kind of odd microclimate. We're like right on the border of Georgia. So we can't grow the things that everybody up north grows, and we can't grow without our greenhouse that we have. We can't grow like tropicals, all tropicals. We can grow some. It's considered a subtropical climate, but microclimate as well. We get freezing weather, but in the summertime it can get really hot.
Mm.
So it's been a very long learning experience being here, but that's pretty much how it started. We watched a ton of YouTube videos on how to grow um, without using chemicals.
Wow, that's really cool. And I like how you were able to grow so much in northern Chicago because when we lived in Indiana, I mean, that's not as far north as where you were, but it was cold enough that, we were pretty limited, more limited than where we lived in Pennsylvania anyway. And then, yeah, I know Chicago can be really cold.
My garage, I built a like a box, a plastic grow box to put everything in. And we had lamps in there. My laundry room in the wintertime was full of plants. Um,
Wow.
so yeah, I just adapted and did it, you know. I was like, whatever, we're going to do it.
Yeah. Okay. You guys were really dedicated. I have not put grow lights in the laundry room.
We did. And then we ended up moving here with, 8 grow lights. Okay. Anymore. All, no space for it. Instead, when we first got, we were crazy, but we put 20-foot high. Like, what are you doing? It's Florida. But half of it, which I do most of it back there.
Sorry, it's really breaking up again.
All right, hold on. Let's see. It might. How's it now?
I think it's better, but once you start going, that's when I find out if it's working or not.
So you have the big screen now that we that was, a lot of say you don't Florida, but shape actually that one. Sorry, uh, because we're in 9B down to like 12, pretty hot.
Okay. So you need the greenhouse to protect the plants from getting too much heat and sun.
Well, for our tropical plants, it's actually to make it hotter in
Okay.
the front of it, so that we can grow tropical plants. Like I have, it's a Facebook page. I have a babaco tree, which looks like a papaya, but it is it's not from Venezuela. I always get this wrong. It's from somewhere, Ecuador.
Okay.
I always forget that. I always say Venezuela for some reason, but yeah, it's from Ecuador. And that is a zone 10 tree, but we're in 8E, and because I have that tropical greenhouse, it makes it hot enough that it can live.
Okay. Well, that's perfect. Okay. So why are you growing all this stuff? Well, you already answered this question.
Sorta, sorta.
Okay, tell me why you're growing it. What motivates you?
Um, there's a couple things, and one of them is the fact that tropical fruit is very perishable when it hits that ripening point. And if you get it shipped in to you, it's expensive. So, um, again, like I said earlier, because we have kids, that we figured as many fruit trees as possible. But the tropical fruit part has actually um, fun, and that's why I started doing that. Um, I like tropical fruits, but I've had the difference between if you've ever had a dragon fruit from the grocery store, it's bland. All right, it doesn't taste like anything. But if you get one that is, because they send those out when they're a third of the way ripened, so they don't tend to sweeten up and continue ripening. But if you get it like off the plant, it's completely like fully. So that was part of the thing. Like we also grow a lot of fig trees, like you do,
Mm,
and you can only buy dried figs or preserved.
yeah.
And figs right off the tree are amazing. Like the LSU purple last year, because the weather was so hot. Um, my huge bumper crop, and when I picked it off of the tree and ate it, it was like brown sugar oatmeal. So good. Like there's nothing better in life than that. Sorry.
Is that your favorite kind of fig?
You know what? I I like the yellow or the gold also because I have LSU gold. Those that I have produced, right, and I like both, but for different reasons. So I don't have a favorite.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a couple LSU golds. One, I'm hoping I'll get figs off of this year. But I had an LSU purple in Indiana, and then like pretty much all my figs died when we moved here. I think they were just sad. I don't know. something something happened, and almost all of them died. But yeah, the LSU that I bought from somewhere else last year just all of a sudden died in its pot. So I don't know. It's I'll just have to wait for another day to, to taste one. But yeah, yeah, I like all the different figs, like trying the different flavors. And so I also have some dragon fruit plants that we started from seed about a year and a half ago. What do you think my chances are at getting dragon fruit off of those in Northeast Ohio?
Um, you can do it. You really can. I don't know how much research you've done. You have to pollinate yourself at night. Um,
Oh,
yeah, the flowers tend to bloom at night. So, and so that very small window of time, but it's done. I belong to several Facebook groups for growing fruit and dry fruit. The belong to, and they're grow it successfully in Ohio.
okay. Okay, awesome. I'll just have to join some Facebook groups then for dragon fruit. Okay. So do you have any good stories that you'd like to share with us about farm life? And let me just say, my phone might die at any minute because today was just
Those
a lot of
things.
challenges. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, probably the most memorable one, and this is why we don't do pigs. We don't have pigs anymore. Um, we only have one pig, and her name is Irvine, and she is our garbage disposal. So we had 25 pigs at one time, and yes, and the fence went down. So
Oh,
we're out back, and it is I before in Florida, and it was actually flurrying. The ground was frozen. It's muddy, and we got all the guys from my husband's ship over at the house with us. Everybody is just like running after all these pigs, like sliding in the mud, trying to get back put them all together. I mean, that's probably the most hilarious memory that I have.
wow.
Yeah, we don't
So
rate.
did you catch them all?
Yes, and I think I had refracted hand during this event, so it was kind of like, ooh, yeah, let's not do this again. We're done. We swore off pigs after that. We had raised one out a year, but we haven't even done that for several years. So, because it's just too much work.
Yeah. Okay. So with this kind of crazy lifestyle, what do you do on a daily basis or in general to pursue health and wholeness in your life?
Um, I mean, I'm outside a lot. So I make sure that I get up and moving. I watch got me watch Mother's Day getting early reminds me of having because you never really know what our weather is going to be like here. It could be beautiful. It could be a tropical storm, or degrees. So I kind of have to remind myself that on the miserable and yucky to get away, keep doing stuff because basically what segues to having practice. If I sit do nothing all the time, not good. It's not good.
Yeah.
So that's probably the most important thing that I've done besides taking all my vitamins, things like that. It's remember to get all the time.
Yeah, and I have a family member who I always feel like she's an anomaly because her mom died when she was 52, and she's in her 70s and smokes every day, more than one cigarette a day, and just drinks diet soda. And I think, how is this person like in relatively good health? Um, how's she making it work? And she's very active. She's in her garden regularly and moving, and I feel like that contributes so much to a person's health. And I'm really glad she does that, because this is not a person I want to lose. But it's just kind of interesting how much it helps a person just to move and stay active.
It's good for your physical health and your mental health. You know, if you feel good, go for a walk, go for a walk.
Yeah.
Work something out, go for a walk. I don't stop. Um, I walks, and if I can't leave the property, I have a really, really long drive, and
Sorry, I didn't catch that last part.
I said I have a really driveway. Um,
Okay.
I'll just go back and forth on the driveway, and the dogs just kind of walk with me. Like, where are we going? We're just walking.
Okay. Great. Well, is there anywhere someone can go to buy your products, or is there somewhere, a way they can reach you if they want? Like, do you ship things?
Yep. We have our nursery license, so we're allowed to like bear and like that, as far as plants and products. Um, as of right now, my website is so it's not ready yet. But my book page, South Bloom LLC, go to, you know uh, send me for any. The website should be done. We're in April now. I believe it should be done by. I believe I have somebody else working on it. I have too many. I can't do it myself.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can post that link in the comments after I post this video. And if anybody's interested in looking at her products or purchasing anything, I would encourage you to do that. Sure. Well, thank you for joining me today. Is there anything you'd like to add, or anything?
Nothing. No, no. I mean, I think we covered all of it.
Okay, great. Well, thanks so much for joining me, and it was so good to see you.
Ooh, I missed your face.
Missed yours too.
All right.
Bye.